Hey folks, this is Snowman Jones.
Hey!
That's Amy from Wrestling with Amy, and today we're looking at the main event.
Yes.
SummerSlam 2020.
This is the most recent wrestling I've ever watched.
Me too, because this is just from Sunday.
Well, I mean, even other than The Undertaker's last match,
Yeah,
first thing this year at all.
that's awesome. So, this is The Fiend. I was trying to turn down the volume, but your cat sat on the box things.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey,
There you go. No, he's good. He's good. So this is going to be The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman. I don't know who's coming out first. I don't know a lot about these guys, so our fans are gonna have to chime in.
Yeah.
We have 5 people watching along so far and 1 like. So if anybody has anything they want to leave comments, please do, and we'll try to respond to them as we go along. So what were you about to ask?
Bray Wyatt has kind of a creepy thing
Yes.
too, right? It's like a little supernatural.
Yeah.
I like that, I think.
Yep, he is The Fiend, and I think his name was Wyndham Rotundo. He was Mike Rotundo IRS, who you may or may not have known. He was Ted DiBiase's buddy. Was the IRS bad guy. He took your taxes.
That's funny.
And,
So he's a millionaire and the IRS. It's cool.
Frank says, "Let me in," and someone says, "Are you going to have the match on the screen?" We're sorry, we can't put the match on the screen because of copyright issues. This is more of a discussion and our live reaction to the video itself. So, if
I
you
like
can,
the music. It's cool rock music.
yeah, and he comes out in a scary mask. And his
Oh,
name
I
is
didn't
The
even
Fiend.
realize that was him. Whoa.
Yeah, so he's pretty cool.
He's got dreadlocks. Are those
Yeah,
dreadlocks?
I would
Is that
think
what you
so.
call that?
And it's interesting because when Bray Wyatt first started training, he was down here in Tampa, Florida, which is where we're located.
Where are
And
you guys from, by the way? Like,
Oh.
if you, let me know.
yeah, where are you from, Amy?
I live in Florida now,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Right. And you lived in Alaska for a while too, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Alaska.
So, and
Maryland. Very
Yup.
cool.
so Bray Wyatt, an interesting character. He's got a lot of personality for a present-day wrestler.
This production value is insane. Just like the music, it feels like
Yeah.
you're at a rock concert. The lights, like, is this typical? What did you say? Like for a current wrestling SummerSlam, is this like a really special event? Because I
This
don't
is
know the difference.
SummerSlam. I think I've always categorized it as their number 2 event of the year.
Oh, Pensacola.
Did it say Pensacola?
No.
Oh, he's
I
from
just-
Pensacola. I was like,
Sorry,
what?
I'm trying to respond to everything.
We have a person from Pensacola. Okay. So,
Georgia. I lived in Marietta, Georgia for a little while. I like Georgia.
so Kevin Askew says he's from Georgia because in the replay, some people won't be able to see what's popping up on screen. And unfortunately, not all of the comments pop up on screen, so I don't know how YouTube
Yeah,
determines which ones we get to see.
I don't know.
But we're trying to reply to any that pop up on screen. But this is in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
And the developmental training center. So this is our first time seeing like a post-COVID. I think they might have called this the Thunderdome. I don't know if they did or not.
Ooh.
But they put fans on screen, much like the NBA does
I
now.
love it. It looks so cool. Like, I mean, this like looks awesome, especially for it being kind of COVID and you don't have a lot of this live entertainment. This
Yeah.
is insane.
Now you had a theory a little bit comparing NBA or excuse me, like NFL and other sports with WWE and being able to produce in the post-COVID.
I was just saying that I think that, and I don't know if they will, and I'm judging this so far and I like it, but I think that WWE is uniquely positioned in the COVID era to still put out a really, really entertaining sports product where maybe like, you know, NFL is not exactly the same. Like, it might be worse. It might not be as fun to watch football, where wrestling, it might be even more fun.
Yeah.
They can do cooler things. They can do cooler cutaways. They can do, you know, higher production, awesome fights in cool places and cool scenes. And
Yeah. NFL in front of 0 people might not be as entertaining as what the WWE can do.
yeah.
So now coming out to the ring is your first experience seeing Braun Strowman, who I don't watch current WWE.
Like
He's
lumberjacky, kind of.
yeah, he's a legitimate strongman. Adam
okay.
Schiff or something like that. I forget his real name. It's Adam though.
Braun Strowman. It sounds like a razor or something. Like that would
The
be
Braun
like
Strowman.
Yes, like a type of.
I thought
For like really, really tough hair.
I never liked his name because it seemed like they said, "Hey, Jared Armstrong." It seemed like they said, and see, now we're seeing the TVs behind, the walls behind of all the fans.
Oh, that's cool.
I never liked his name because I always thought it was a play on, he's a strong bro, man. He's Braun Strowman. I can never hear his name without hearing, he's a strong bro, man. And I thought like they just did that to be tongue-in-cheek.
Okay, the fans like behind in the crowd looks so cool.
Doesn't
like, it looks really cool. I wasn't sure how they would be able to do that, but it looks way better than I expected. I really like it. It almost looks kind of like 3D in depth. They've got it, like stadium cascading up the walls. It looks awesome. I love it.
I've
like
heard
it
that some fans were able to sneak some things they weren't supposed to in during the live broadcast. Like a picture of Chris Benoit, the wrestler that killed his family, and I don't know, just some things that it was like, well, that shouldn't be there.
I bet people are could have their own signs, or maybe are doing doing sex stuff, or like explicit things, or I don't know. At least there's gonna be somebody hitting a weed pen or something.
Oh
right?
yeah. So leave us some comments below. Does anyone know how they pick the fans? Mario, Pikachu, and Benoit were in there. You love Pikachu.
Yeah.
You went through a weekend where you just went all in.
Recently, 6 years too late, I discovered Pokemon Go, and I had to delete it off my phone because I was way too obsessed. I just couldn't focus on anything else, and finally I was like, no, you are an adult, delete this, and yeah, but I loved it.
So, somebody, Frank Castle, the Punisher here, commented that there was something, and you'll have to read that one while I do this.
Oh, I can't. Ooh, my eyes
That's
are
all right.
bad.
That's all right. Said that there was a Velveteen Dream, Fire Velveteen Dream, and he's a wrestler, and I can't remember, he did something wrong.
Velveteen Dream sounds so cool.
I think he's an androgynous cross-dresser type character. I don't know exactly. That got in some controversy recently. We'll have to read through the comments after this video, and someone will tell us exactly. Because, again, Amy and I are brand new to the current product. Usually our forte is we watch older wrestling that I liked as a kid, and you get to see it for the first time.
I gotta say, I don't hate it at first. Everyone's kind of said that they don't like the newer wrestling as much.
Sure.
And so I kind of expected to really not like it, to think it was cheesy and corny, and some of the later stuff that I have seen has been, but I like this so far. I can get behind both of these people as characters.
Sure.
I think I kind of get what they're doing. I like it.
Braun is a huge, strong guy.
Scary.
I don't know if he's 6'8", 380 pounds.
He's insane.
And I haven't seen him with a shaved head before, but that's a good look for him.
I love it. And I would like Bray Wyatt's whole thing too. I like his mask and his cool hair.
And I didn't know that he currently wears the mask to the ring.
I love it.
Yeah. Frank Castle again. Your comments are coming through, Frank. So says that today's product is too PC.
Everything today is really PC though. You can't say anything, you can't do anything, you can't even stand-up comedy. Everything is a little watered down. So I think if you just take it for what it is, so far it's been pretty fun, I think.
John asked us our thoughts on NWA being an AEW, and we're not watching the current AEW product, so maybe in 10 years we'll be able to comment on that. We usually do the older stuff.
Yeah, we need to watch that for sure. It's fun seeing them fight this close to the screen crowd, because it looks almost like they're gonna crash into all of those screens or crash in,
wow. Wrestle into the crowd, you can do some damage.
Right.
That's fun. And I guess an interesting, one of our fans commented that Bray Wyatt here had a Wyatt family of kind of redneck, evil guys.
Okay, yeah.
And Braun Strowman was one of his minions. So Braun got his start as being one of Bray's. So there's a development of feud.
Braun Strowman has some really good facial expressions that makes it fun, and it reminds me of kind of the earlier wrestling that I've seen where it was kind of overacting and really fun character. So I like that. I like that he seems very animated. I think that's a good thing.
Right.
And not taking it crazy serious. It's kind of fun.
Okay, so Kevin Askew asks, what do we think of the old WWE product? And mostly you've been exposed to 89, 90, 91 era.
I like all of that so far. We've done a few Attitude Era things. I think we're going to do some more, and I'm excited about it. Because I like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, and just throwing beers and what, and I don't know, it's fun.
We did a poll recently that said, ask people what era they want to see.
Yeah,
and
Attitude Era is the most, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna have you guess the percentage. So,
oh no, I don't know.
So you don't know the percentage. So it was like 80s Hulk Hogan, Macho Man.
That's what I love right now. I'm going through that phase.
Attitude, Degeneration X Stone Cold.
Okay.
Like John Cena era, like 2000s, and then present day. What percent? Obviously, the winner was Attitude Era, which we haven't covered much yet, which we will. What percentage of people do you think wanted to see the Attitude Era?
I'm gonna say 69.
75, close enough.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yay.
And
like none was the John Cena era. Everyone hates John Cena, huh?
it was pretty low. That's like
I went thrifting the other day and I found an old John Cena T-shirt.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And I guess it's not that cool because everyone hates John Cena. What?
But
you're going to
cool.
wear it because you bought it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
wear it.
hopefully people.
It's funny because it has like John Cena's chest on it, so it just looks kind of like when I wear it, it just looks like John Cena has giant.
Yeah, when you put it on, it made John Cena look top heavy.
Yeah.
Like it was like meow, 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 meow.
That was good. I like
Meow, 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 meow. So, yeah, one person just pointed out that the 80s era that we watched Hulk Hogan was PG as well. And people like that. So there's space for the PG era, I guess. If
this is cool what they're doing here. Like they've taken the fight from in the ring to kind of backstage, and where they are backstage, there is pictures of old wrestling fans all around the room. So it almost feels like you're in an arena, even though it's a red room too, kind of like behind the scenes. But yeah, it's like it's cool that they're able to do these kind of things right now. It's fun.
Somebody asked if we watched one of the Survivor Series. You watched a little bit of Survivor Series. I think it was '89 with Zeus and everything, right?
Yeah.
And what did you think of Zeus?
He was fun. I thought it was fun to see somebody that looks that scary and athletic and not scary and athletic, really.
Last night I couldn't sleep, so I watched SummerSlam on my own at 3 a.m. The main event, Hulk Hogan and Zeus are wrestling. And Zeus, the whole match, all he did was choke.
Aww.
Like, the only move he did was choke and this.
But it really proves to me that these guys are real athletes. Because when you see it done poorly, you can immediately tell, like, oh, that person has no idea what they're doing, or they, have 2 left feet. You can look the part and still not be a good wrestler.
So John P. says, as somebody who is a former wrestler, which he is, and if you're a former wrestler, leave us a comment below or in the chat and let us know who's done wrestling and what your big accomplishment, what your thing was.
Or if you do indie wrestling right now.
Ooh, yeah, we want to come see you if you're particularly from Florida, Southeast. Says wait till Survivor Series 97. Ooh, there's some big things. There's some big things to see.
Don't tell me. No spoilers,
but
even
John,
from 30 years ago.
John doesn't like the out-of-ring stuff. But I kind of like it. It's fun.
I think that it's fun for them to take advantage of being able to do that right now, because I don't think you can do that when you have a live crowd there. So whatever you can do to kind of set yourself apart right now, I think they should do it. Yeah,
for sure. It's interesting to see. And actually, they sometimes do fight in the crowd now. They do it a little less because of liability issues. But it's fun to see them get out in the crowd and the crowd goes wild. You know, like, hey, there's a guy right here.
I would love that. Like, if I were in the crowd, I would want, spill your beer on me or take your fight or whatever. That'd be fun.
So we got about 20 people watching live, and if you guys can click like, I would appreciate it. And we just have, right now, again, Amy is a brand new wrestling fan, and we've really never watched present day wrestling. So this is your first exposure, and it's Bray Wyatt versus Braun
Strowman.
Strong bro man.
I think I like this because it is reminiscent of like a modern take on the old gimmicks, like their characters are more evolved and complex than just being like, this is the Arab guy and this is the tribal guy and this is, they have a backstory and they have a personality to them, but you can kind of be like, okay, that's the redneck guy and that's the creepy redneck guy. That's the
redneck who shops at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
I always felt like a lot of wrestlers look like they were like, well, let's go to Hot Topic and get our gear.
I was thinking the pants are like, what is that called?
I don't know.
Not vaudeville.
Vaudeville? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have to work on it.
I have no idea.
You have to let us know.
Yeah.
So Braun Strowman has a big old gash or cut on his scalp here.
Yeah.
That's going to leave a mark. And I can only imagine that Bray Wyatt is wearing a mask because of COVID. You know, he wants to protect himself.
Oh.
It's a COVID mask, right?
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I'm totally kidding.
Oh, shut up.
Can't believe you fell for that.
That would be a cool way to do it, though. And honestly, why don't we all wear a more cool mask all the time? If you have to wear, like, this part of your face mask, like, we should all wear cool.
So what's your mask?
I don't know.
You wearing a scary Halloween mask, or?
I don't like scary so much, so I don't think I would do totally scary, but
Yeah.
it would be fun to have some kind of cool something.
Yeah. I will. Let's be Marvel folks.
Okay.
You can be. I will be either Spider-Man or Iron Man. Then you can be. You have to be a male character because the males wear the masks. You'd be a good Black Widow though.
I could. Why do I want to call her Piper Perry? Her name's not Piper Perry.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts.
Completely different. Completely different superstar. She doesn't wear anything.
Sorry. Pepper Potts, she has the Iron Man mask or like some
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
mask in game.
So, Braun Strowman has just.
Pepper Potts, Pepper Perry.
I like it. Braun Strowman has just got a
Oh my
box cutter.
goodness.
I hope he's gonna cut the mask off and not murder this person. That seems a little.
Okay, this just got interesting. He's cutting.
Oh, he's cutting open the ring for some reason. That seems
I
destructive.
haven't seen this before at
Oh.
all. I haven't seen anyone.
So
do
he's
this.
taking the foam padding away to slam him onto the 2x8s or 12x6s, or I don't know numbers, but
That was
onto
scary
the
for a
wood.
minute. I thought he was gonna do something like cut him with the. What?
Yep. Did you mistake Pepper for a? Yes, we did, Jared. Yes, she did. I was not involved in this. I'm
I
maintaining my
got her
innocence.
name mixed up. I didn't like. I know the difference.
So what movies do you watch other than wrestling? That is a reaction video people want to see. So P. Cola says Braun has a power slam as a finisher. So that's you pick him up and you slam him down.
So he wants.
Maybe he's gonna
it
power
obvious-
slam him onto this wood. And that's neat. I've never seen the boards
It's weird
exposed
to
in
see
WWE.
the boards are like moving too, so
Yeah.
it kind of like lets you know how
And this really
the physics
shows.
of it all.
You're right. This shows you how the ring is hard wood
Yeah.
spread, and then a little bit of foam padding, maybe an inch of foam padding. Probably a little more foam padding than I expected.
That's
but
funny because when we were watching Glow, I think the first episode, the girls were talking about like it's hard, but it's also squishy, you know, like it's a little bouncy. But...
heard that before. So, so there's a new Universal Champion, and Bray Wyatt has just defeated Braun Strowman by slamming him with his finisher, I believe, onto the
Into
wood.
the
It
wood
backfired
that
on
he-
Braun.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
It was a little anticlimactic. Also interesting, the referee's wearing rubber gloves, which may have to do with the fact that Braun Strowman is bleeding. I'm not sure if that's why, or if they always wear rubber gloves now.
Or... Wow.
Yeah.
I like how Bray Wyatt snatched the belt from the
Championship.
ref, like kind of very.
Oop. And now we see Roman Reigns, who
What?
is related to The Rock. He's been their big star over the last few
Doesn't
years.
he have, or he
Did
took
have
time off 'cause he
leukemia.
had leukemia?
Yep. He has. He's recovered in remission from leukemia. And Roman Reigns has
Why-
come to the ring because apparently he does not like Bray
I'm
Wyatt.
gonna have to look up why. Or you guys tell me why he doesn't like Bray Wyatt? Because he's coming in with a vengeance. Like
Yeah.
he's very angry.
What's his shirt say? Wreck everyone and leave or something? Wreck everyone and something. Which is reminiscent of Steve Austin's like raise hell and do something and leave.
Wreck everyone and leave. What?
I like it.
It's cool. I like his all black kind of look. He's angry. He's screaming. I like it.
I missed, somebody commented what the t-shirt said and I missed it. We only get like one comment pops up at a time.
And I'm
Also,
blind.
Roman
I'm sorry, I can't see.
has a new thinner teeth.
Ooh.
Oh, he has new teeth? It looks like he's kind of got a
I
new
wanna see the
bite.
teeth.
So yeah, it's interesting. I like the crowd though, and I like the look.
Like slamming that chair in him. This is like for everyone that's. I know that it is more PG because it's not, as sexy and it's not as crazy as it
Controversial.
was or controversial. But this is pretty physical and
Yeah,
kind of
it's
violent.
more-
I was expecting
more
it
physical.
not to be physical. I was
No.
expecting it to be toned down, but it's been
Yeah, there's
I think still
definitely
is entertaining.
there's
know?
definitely something about it that it's more physical than it had been. The guys are more athletic and
That's good.
definitely jacked up on testosterone and legal stuff now.
Yeah.
But and Biscuit makes an appearance. But they don't curse, which I don't know. Like, I find violence more offensive than cursing, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Violence to me is worse than somebody having cleavage, but I know what I like.
I agree. You can't complain with that. Oh wow, he does have. Those are not like God-given
yeah.
teeth. Those are a whole.
It-
They're very bright.
oh, Roman Reigns.
Wow.
So who?
I don't understand why he's just here to,
Oh.
I guess, do what his shirt says. Is
Yeah, wreck everyone and leave.
leave. That's.
Nobody asks if we've seen Brock Lesnar versus The Rock, and would you like to see that? Randy Orton called him a horse.
Nay? He does kind of.
He looks like a horse.
Oh, he needs to get those veneers, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
shaved down.
So
or
have you
something.
seen? Would you like to see Brock Lesnar versus The
Yeah.
Rock? Have you seen much of The Rock? Have you seen any of The Rock wrestle?
I had seen The Rock when he wrestled Hulk Hogan, like when Hulk Hogan
we see
turned
that?
bad.
Oh,
And
I don't know if
really
we've-
liked that one.
I don't know if we've posted that yet.
Oh, I liked that one a
Yeah.
lot. That one had me cheering for Hulk Hogan. I wanted him to win so badly.
Fantastic.
I liked him being bad.
We don't always like. Sometimes we do the edit where we'll put up like an indie wrestling match on the corner and we talk through them. And sometimes we do screen pictures, and sometimes we do the live video. So I'd love to hear from our fans in chat or in the comments if they would rather see us do this live stuff, or if they'd like to see the pictures of WWE, or if they would prefer us do some indie wrestling stuff where we show the whole match.
Yeah.
So go ahead and leave us a comment below. Sorry, I was slouching down there for a while. I had Biscuit. And yeah, that was your first exposure to
You know what?
WWE.
I did not hate the current product nearly as bad as I thought it was. I think you guys prepared me for the absolute worst, that it was going to be so bad and I would hate it. But I didn't find it so PG and watered down that it wasn't interesting. I thought it was fun. I liked the characters. I liked the surprise ending.
Mm-hmm.
It had some drama, some box cutters, some all kinds of stuff. So I'm pleasantly surprised. And I loved the crowd up on the screens. That was a fun way to do it.
So the question mark is, like, the guys are athletic. The production quality is through the roof. It
Yeah.
looks cool.
Yeah. It looked like especially their opening stuff.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It looked like you were at a rock concert.
But are the storylines that interesting? Because I have a hard time figuring out what's going on sometimes. It's just like, I don't know why these guys are, because they have so much product out there. Whether it's 3 hours on Monday night, 2 hours on Friday night, an hour or two with NXT, and then a pay-per-view on a WWE network, and some 205 Live, and they've got all this stuff.
So are you saying there is something to simplifying the product? I think we watched that in Glow, kind of a theme
Yeah.
that they're dealing with is like
Less is
how
more.
much is too much and how much is too much for people to follow.
It's too much for me. Yeah. When in WWE 1989, Hulk Hogan would team up with Randy Savage, but Hulk accidentally touched Miss Elizabeth's butt. And 9 months later, they wrestled about it.
Yeah.
Now, with 10 to 15 hours of programming a week, that has to accelerate over the course of a month. And then if you skip a week or you come back 6 months later, the storylines are so drastically different. It's harder to follow who's a good guy and who's a bad guy. And why?
I agree with you, but I think you have social media, you have so many different media outlets where you can quickly kind of catch up on what's going on and see what's going on. You have, the WWE Network, you can watch all this stuff, so if you want to keep up with it and follow it, you can, and then they're bringing to you, a more exciting product in theory that has more depth to it than just like, oh, he touched her butt.
Yeah,
You know.
Well, and
I want to give it a shot, is what I'm saying.
Oh, sure.
Before I, say that it's stupid, like,
Oh.
I feel like it could be fun.
We got our first donation of $5 to the channel.
Oh my goodness!
Jared
Yay!
Armstrong. Do you know who
You're
Jared
so
Armstrong
cool.
is, by the way?
No.
Jared Armstrong is actually my friend from high school.
Oh, hey,
He's
Jared.
the kid who taught me the you. That's for you. So, woo! So thank you very much, Jared. We do appreciate it. And we're excited to post new videos all the time. Go ahead and leave a comment below what we should cover next.
Yeah.
And we may cover
More attitude error.
we may go live in a minute and do another one of these, or we'll record some for later. But thanks again for watching. Jared, again, thank you. And
Jared, I gotta tell you sometime how he set me up and had me scream "you" at a poor family in Clearwater, telling me that was a Hulk Hogan thing that everyone would get, and they clearly didn't, and they thought I was just a crazy person screaming at them.
So if we ever make a road trip to Grayling, we need to go have a beer with Jared, because he's from Grayling, Michigan. The greatest town on the face of this earth. That's my understanding.
That's what I've heard.
So,
You say good things.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to click like and subscribe. We have new videos. How often?
All the time.
Adios, amigos. Now I got to hit stop without being too awkward.